Hey ladies and gents, welcome. It is Sunday night. It is just gone 9 o'clock in the UK. We are playing Formula 1 2018, the game. So, if you've seen the last episode, you would have remembered me saying that we've got some upgrades to look forward to when we get to France. Yeah. So, we just had a message from Carl, our development guy, and they failed. So the engine power and the engine recovery system that I was hoping on, obviously to make me go that a little bit faster, has failed, and I've not got the points to redevelop those as quickly as I would like. So surely, if something was to break, surely you should get like I don't know, maybe a kickback in the R&D points. But that's just me. Anyway, let's get it on. 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 And there you can see, if you want to read those for yourself. Morning everyone. As you know, we've had some developments come through. However, not everything passed quality control. Jaff, Kimmy, we need you to confirm the redevelopment on your R&D screens. Hey Ben, how's it going, mate? No worries at all. And welcome everybody else. Just let me know if the stream is all okay, please, guys. And how are you all? How are you all doing? So yeah, not only that, it looks like we're going to get some rain. Looks like we're going to get some rain for this race, which will be a bit hectic. So hopefully we can pit stop during the rain, and then maybe the rain will continue right to the end. We don't know. We shall see. But same old, guys. Usual practice 1, 2, 3, one-shot qualifying, then the race. We go from there. As I said, France is a difficult track because of the tight turns, the long sweeping straights, the high speeds areas with not many DRS zones. So we'll just have to see how we get on, how we do, and take it from there. I've had to remap my steering wheel.
Welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard here in the south of France, where we're about to get underway for free practice. A lot of focus is naturally on the drivers, but it's really important for the mechanics to get everything right as well, as one little mistake could cost the team and one of their drivers the race result.
These guys are so meticulous and they train and perfect everything that they do. Without question, they feel the pressure in the same way as the drivers, and they share the responsibility to ensure that the car makes it to the end of the race.
So yeah.
Hope you're sitting comfortably, mate. We've got a sensor issue, and we're going to be stuck here for a while as we fix it.
It's great, Noreen. This weekend is not turning out the way I hoped it would. I gotta be honest, it's not turning out the way I hoped it would, but it's all good. So first of all, let us upload our car setup. Let's get that plumbed in to the car before we start anything, and then we'll take it from there. No.
So, we'd like to run the acclimatization program if you have a chance before qualifying. It'll give us a good indication of our relative pace and consistency.
I hope I just didn't do what I just think I did. Oh well, we'll see what the car is like when it's out on track now. So, failed components for the engine, and now we've got sensor fault as well. I'm sure I just saw skip repair time then. Never mind. Okay, so what do we got?
Okay, we'll alter the setup of the car.
Track climatization. Hey buddy, alright? How's it going? Always be Jack, ladies and gents. And again, guys, please check out the description. I have links to my friends' channels down there in the commentary. In the commentary? Yeah. I have links to my friends' channels down in my description below. And I would be really happy if you check them out. You will not be disappointed. Okay, so starting with mix. I had a go at this earlier on using my new way of setting everything up, and so far so good. Like I said, I had to remap. Oh, I missed that one. Damn it. I had to remap my steering wheel so I could play with the O's and everything else, but I missed that as well. But yeah, so far so good. Don't know how qualifying is going to be, but yeah. So I missed two. I missed the DRS zone, and I also missed we'll get that sorted. So it's only track climatization anyway, so this corner turns right in tight. You've got to be ready for it. So there's a lot of technically difficult stuff. Boom. There's lap one.
Good work. You seem to have a solid handle on the lap. Let's try and perfect each turn. Remember that chaining good corners together will give you a consistency bonus.
Just gotta remember that second DRS zone. And then what? I must have hit the button before, because I am having to swap hands. Obviously I'm having to get the car straight, move my hand over, but yeah, I can live with not hitting the DRS. Like I said, it's practice. I'm not too worried about not sending fastest time. I'm more concerned about being consistent rather than and in all fairness, with this technically difficult track, I'm purple that one. Make sure I hit that one.
Final lap. This is the final lap of the program.
Oh, we're gonna get held up now behind our old friend Alonso. Seem to get held up behind Alonso a lot. Let's see how missed that one due to him turning into the corner at exactly the same time that I needed to. So never mind. We got it nailed anyway, hadn't we? Right, let's make sure. Yes, right. So purple that one. happy days. So I need as much now points as I can get to redo those major component parts that failed. Hey Mickey, thanks mate. Yes mate, I did watch the race. Vettel, he is a very, very lucky boy. I think Mercedes messed up their tyre challenge, the tyre strategy today, which is very rare from Merc. But the thing that I was more impressed with was Kimi Räikkönen winning his first Grand Prix since 2016. So yeah, I was really, really happy with everything, I gotta be honest. Right, let's return back to the guys. Guys, honestly, please don't think that I'm being ignorant. It's really difficult for me to read, and
we're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have some new parts, we'll just confirm they're performing to spec.
Yeah, it's really difficult for me to read comments and drive at the same time. I'm trying to get better, but it's really difficult. Yes, mate. I wouldn't say I've got a favourite team. Probably favourite drivers. Being British and watching Hamilton back in his McLaren days, I like him.
The car settings screen on your multi-function display will allow you to change various settings as you drive. Open the display with the MFD button. You can then navigate up and down to the setting you want to change. So far, our fastest lap is a 1:42.1.
Cheers, Jeff. I'm well aware of that. Yeah, like I said, Hamilton in his McLaren days. I'm also a big fan of Danny Rick as well. I think he is the complete package for driver of the future. Is definitely Verstappen. However, I feel that that Max Verstappen is one or two mistakes away from being a Danny Kvyat. I've no doubt that Max Verstappen got so much talent and so much potential, but on times his mistakes let him down. I think Danny Rick has been really unlucky this year. And yeah, again another retirement today, which was gutting, which was really gutting in fact. Okay, so I need to get past my teammate, but this track, it's really different. Okay, so tyre management, here goes then. I would have thought this would have been quite difficult on tyres. Here goes my delta time as well, which is nice. Which is nice. Obviously where you're unloading one side, loading up another side. Come on, Kimmy, out of my way. So far so good. So far so good. Oh, I'm happy with that. I thought that, honestly, ladies and gents, I thought that this track would have been really punishing on tyres. That was bad. That was silly of me. I was trying to get around Sorokin though. Not too costly. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so that's pretty much nailed the old tyre. Pretty much nailed the tyres then. Hey Fabio, welcome for tuning in, mate. Thank you as well.
And that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable...
Thank you for tuning in, mate. Thank you very much. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Like I said, please don't think I'm being ignorant. I am struggling to read the comments and drive. As soon as I've finished, I will get to you, I promise. Thank you for tuning in, mate. Okay, so we have got 10 minutes left of practice 1. Track is pretty busy, and I want to try and get the fuel management.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
Jeff, that is what I do every race we attend. Qualifying pace, FP3. So, fuel management. Fuel management I normally fail at, or I have failed at since every race since Baku, I believe. So let's do ERS management. And then saying that it's pretty busy. Yeah, let's do ERS management rather than fuel management because, yeah, why not? But no, guys, this is race day 8. This is France, and I gotta be honest, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. It's quite tricky to get the hand of the last few turns. This one here, because it tightens in on itself, and then this hairpin here. It's really difficult to get the speed needed into that turn, but it's all good. So I'm going to drop the ERS down to low. Why is my delta? I thought my delta was higher than that. No drama though. No drama at all. So I'm going to try and offset my delta. Okay, so I can't change my... It's a little bit silly. I thought I could change my fuel mix. But ERS is looking good at the minute. Let's see if I can get into a purple. I'm half a second up on my delta, so... Love this corner. It's a bit like the Shanghai corner, where you go flat out into it and then it comes back in on itself. This one's pretty similar as well. Hulkenberg's going to hold me up now, and which is going to really mess my delta time up. I'm going to need to get past him as soon as possible. And there we go.
That lap puts you in P2 with that last lap.
So I go back to the garage on that. That is ERS done. Do you think? I think Vettel was very lucky today. I gotta be honest. I think that collision with Danny Rick, he was so lucky not to drop down even further. My theory is that the pace that Ferrari had at the beginning of the season, all the way up to Spa, was that they had their engines turned up high, and where the engine restrictions, obviously the amount of power units they can have, etc., has come into force, they've had to use older...
So far, our Our fastest lap is a 1 minute 38.6.
They've had to use older power engines, power units, and older engines, and I think that's why they've got slower as time has got on. Nice one, mate. Nice one. But yeah, as a racing fan, as an F1 fan, I would like to see it go all the way. But I think Hamilton, it's Hamilton's title to lose, and with the issues that Vettel seemed to be having, like where he hit Hamilton in Monza, he hit Danny Rick today, I just think that Vettel's going to lose it. I play with a Hori RWO steering wheel. It is in...
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Hamilton, Joker and Kimi Räikkönen. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
A description link to my steering wheel is in my description below. I have to... a friend of mine helped me out and came up with a really good idea for me to use the pedals with my hands. So that's what I'm doing, because my legs don't work. But hats off to you, mate, using it with a controller. I couldn't. It's really difficult for me. But then I play Forza Horizon a lot, and I do all that with a controller and not with a wheel. So yeah. But no, I think Hamilton has definitely got this title, and you know, as history goes, Hamilton will be remembered as one of the greats. You know, Schumacher, you know, Senna, Prost. What an unbelievable achievement that he's done. Yes, he's had a dominant car for the last few years, but he didn't have the dominant McLaren when he won his first championship. Oh, nice one, mate. Nice one. Nice one. Okay, so let's see if I can go back and...
I've been in touch with some contacts at Force India, and they think your attitude and results might be a good fit for their team. We can talk to them at our next contract review if you're interested. Let's see what kind of offer they can put on the table.
This is the thing. This is the thing. Do I want to move to Force India? We shall see. We shall see. I seem to be poorly disliked by my own team. So yeah. Ah, right, it's giving me a reduced price. Okay, so I'm going to sort that out. Let's also give me a reduced price of 247. If it fails again though, I'm gonna be in trouble. See, if these upgrades had come off, mate, don't apologise. Yes, Schumacher, definitely, and you need to go and check out his son. His son races F2, F3. I read a little bit on his son, how his son is, when he first started racing, he was racing under his mother's name, obviously not to have the Schumacher hype, and apparently he's doing really well for himself, and he's 18, I think, and soon will be trying to earn a seat in F1. Okay, so I've got the aero. Let me just check what I've got in progress now. Okay, so aerodynamics will be ready for Austria. Right, everything that I've got in development will be ready for Austria. So I'm not going to do any more R&D upgrades now until I get enough to hit durability, because this is why. I have fitted every new part after Monaco, and they only lasted me six races. So I'm going to need to get as much out of these engines as possible. Yes, mate. I think you will. Reading what I read and how well everybody's praising him, and not just for the fact that he is Michael Schumacher's son. Definitely, I think you will. I think you'll be a great one. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's do film management. Let's get this one. This has normally been the one. I can either keep the delta time happy, or I can keep the film management happy. I can never keep them both. Which is strange, really. And as I said, guys, I am really not bothered about setting the fastest laps or anything. I am more interested in about getting the programs done. As long as my lap comes in the one-shot qualifying, I'll be more than happy with that. So it's really difficult to keep them sweet. It's taken me a while as well to so my delta's up half a second. Might just be able to get this one green, you know? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe. Don't know. No. I can safely say that fuel management is out the window. As I said, it's either one or the other.
That lap was no good. We need you to improve on that.
Right, okay, let's just go for a fast lap and just leave it at that. Too wide. Too deep into that corner. What's my delta tank still giving me grief? I run a time trial.
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
I ran a time trial earlier, and my laps were down in the 132s. It's not great considering 64% of the population had gone a hell of a lot faster than that. But it is where it is. See, I think also as well the fact that you can't control your fuel mix or your ERS whilst doing this is a bit silly, because you can in the real F1 car. So.
Okay, you weren't quite good enough that lap. Try again.
But I do love this track. Just how tricky it is, and must be pressing it too early, the DRS. Not just that anyway, I've got the super softs on, so my time is not going to be, you know, by the time the big boys get out there. Like I said, I've not run an ultra soft run yet, but then neither have half of them, so yeah, there's another one to say that I failed. So the failure rate continues, ladies and gents. But life is good. We can't win them all. We can't.
Well done, P1. You've just put in the quickest lap of the...
Okay, I'm just going to go back to the garage because I'm not going to bother with wasting mileage. So yeah, no worries, Mickey. Thank you for tuning in, mate. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in fact. Okay, so let's just line up a race strategy. But the weather is about to change. We shall see. We might have to replay this one in P3 if the weather does come down. If the weather does change, so we'll see. We shall see, guys, we shall see. So it's nice to get a lap in anyway whilst it's dry. And I am on the super softs and not the hyper softs or the ultra softs, so Delta time's looking good though, which I'm happy about. Nice long straight. Could have potentially had another DRS zone by here, but they didn't. Makes you wonder why, like, but I think next season, with the changes to the front and rear aero, to stop the less turbulent air in order to allow for more cleaner and better overtakes, I think.
Okay,
yeah.
Super job so far. We're
Next
getting
season
great
will be
data.
good.
Stay focused.
Really good, in fact. Cars will become a lot quicker. I think Ferrari, though, in the real world, needs to employ some better strategists. Unfair, maybe, but Ferrari's strategy this season has definitely been suspect. But like I said earlier in the show, that I think Ferraris, or I got a theory on Ferrari, But we shall never know. We shall never know, because it could just be, run to white. Could just be that they have, just like this one, their upgrades.
You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Could be failing. Everybody's upgrades have improved, but Ferraris have failed, and this is it. But I gotta be honest, I wish I'm definitely going to start doing more Formula 1. There's only a few races of this season left, and I do enjoy it, really do.
We're expecting the rain to hit us any time now.
Let's just hope it was wrong. Let's hope that Jeff had it wrong and the rain doesn't start. Otherwise we'd have to redo this, maybe, in practice 3. I think it's I'm really looking forward to Spa. Silverstone maybe, but that's normally wet and windy.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
At least I'm still top of the tree anyway, and I've got supers on. Oh, I just see rain. Yep, here it comes. That's where things are going to get tricky. Well, at least I nailed it anyway. Did the 3 laps that they wanted before, so it started going a bit. It's all good. It is all good. Don't know how wet this track is going to be though. It's coming down quite heavy now, in fact. Ooh, there's a bit of a slide. The good thing is on this track though, there is plenty of room for error. See, my delta time's not great.
That lap was no good. We need you to improve on that.
I'm going to actually retire to the garage because obviously my DRS was poor. My 4th lap was really poor, in fact. You can see the times dropping. They drop dramatically. The times decreased. Yeah. As the rain came down, but hey, race strategy was done. How much time do we have left? 8:27. Let's just get this practice 2 over and done with, and then we shall move straight on to practice 3. Hopefully practice 3 is done. The rain is done, I mean, in practice 3.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. Joker, Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula 1 action very shortly.
Hamilton didn't come out. Maybe he had a problem. Hopefully it's dry for qualifying for practice 3, which looks like it's dry. We'll do the qualifying pace, see where we are, and then one shot qualifying, then the race. Do love this track. Nice. Nice. I said I've got more reputation with McLaren and Renault than I have with my own. I've got more reputation with AMG than I have with Ferrari. So we've got one more thing to do. Let's go and get it done. Nice and dry, happy days. This was exactly what we wanted. So there's track acclimatization, tyre management, nailed that. Fuel management, we failed that. Ooze, smashed it. Qualifying pace we're about to do. Race strategy, we nailed that as well. So I'm happy as well. Even with the super softs, I was half a second up on Bottas, who was using the Hypersoft. So looks good. Everything for this race looks good. I just hope the rain doesn't come and then we pit in and then it stops and then we have to pit in again. I hope the race is all done before then, but we'll see. We shall see. Can't seem to get a red delta through sector 1. A green delta through sector 1. It's always red. So I don't know. It's annoying me a bit. It's all good though. I seem to have the ultras on, not the hypers, so that's even better. So if I know I'm fast on the super softs, that would put me in a bit of good stead for that last corner does me all the time.
Job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk.
136. 136 might be enough. Hey RV, how's it going, mate? Yes, mate, no worries at all. I was the same earlier. Bloody stuff to do.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:36.6.
Thank you for tuning in, mate. So that would be enough. That would be enough, ladies and gents, to put us on pole. Where my objective is 3rd. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Of course I am. Ultra softs. Everybody else around us is using hypers, I believe. Let's just check out what sector times Bottas is running. He's running 4th. The reason why I'm focusing on Bottas and not anybody else is because he's one of my rivals. Sainz was 15th. Stroll, Alonso, Perez, Ericsson, Gasly. Hamilton must have a problem with his car. Strange. But yeah, my weekend started off really badly. Oh, I can skip the qualifying. I'll just accelerate time, it's easier. At least you can watch the times going. Yeah, so a lot of failed parts that I wanted done before we got here. They failed. Then started the session with a sensor problem, which wasn't great. Again, we failed the fuel saving, but we're alright. We're okay. Got 315 out of a possible 335 R&D points.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Joker, Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
See, I don't understand how it can be that far in front of them. And by difficult, I increase the difficulty as I go. And, you know, each week I want to try and get better. I try and progress myself. And
fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You had an incredible pace in practice. Would you say that you're pretty comfortable with the car? How does the car handle in the wet? Do you have any worries going into the race and qualifying? Appreciate your time.
yes, I remember the first press conference I did last week was rep decreased, rep decreased, rep decreased. And the thing is, you have to answer each question. You know, even if you decline a comment, it's still, your rep is decreased. It's just like, what? But okay. Maybe they'll implement things a bit better for next season, next year's game. Because when you are doing one of your track runs, like your acclimatization or your qualifying pace, you were stuck behind AI. I think the AI should, you know, move over. You know, I mean, I know there's no blue flags in practice, but there is in the race. Okay, so one shot. Route 1. Emma, good result. Weather. Okay, so yeah, that race, it looks like it's gonna okay, rain, then clear up. Hopefully the race will be over before then. We got plenty of tires. Tires I'm not worried about. Let's go and get it on. Let's get it on. Honestly, my dog, the older she gets, the snoring gets louder and louder and louder. And because she sleeps behind me, she's like, sounds like a pig.
The circuit has rubbed it in with practice, but this is still a difficult session as our drivers fight for pole position. Welcome to qualifying for the French Grand Prix.
Here he is, Verstappen. Might see if I can join Red Bull. Or do I dare? Do I go to see if I can't sign for AMG? Wonder what happens to all the upgrades, because obviously all the upgrades I've got with Ferrari Does that mean that they take them into next season, or does next season start on an even keel? Because I've got to have a second season. Or do I stay with Ferrari? Don't know what to do. What do you think, guys? I know Force India, they are showing some keen interest. Don't know what to do. This car is beautiful. If only I could drive it better. Said I've got I know I've got aero upgrades coming. Here we go. Purple sectors all round.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
Yes, there we go, guys. I think that was P1.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Joker, Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Also, came across a great tip for getting away from the lights when the lights are out. Switch the engine mode into lean. If you switch it into lean mode, the rear wheels don't tend to spin up. So then as the car is in motion, then quickly change it from lean to medium to whatever you want to do. But I've really I found that helps. Okay, so I can do another rivalry. Choose Hamilton, I expect. Session total 668. See, my rep is increasing a lot with Mercedes too. Be nice to go and join them.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you very much. Jeff, yes, looks like rain. Okay, so where can I assign rivals to
Remember
now?
to select a driver that you consider your rival from the rivalry screen on the workstation. Performing well against your rival can earn you respect and better terms when it comes to our contract reviews. Here you can see a list of eligible drivers to declare as your rival. The more challenging they are to beat, the more the paddock will respect you for succeeding. Just be aware, you'll lose the same amount of respect if you come off second best. So it may be wise not to be overly ambitious.
Don't you worry about me. I think I'm good. Okay, guys, this is the race. Please don't think I'm being ignorant with your comments. I will try and get them as soon as possible, but reading and driving is difficult. So yeah. He says. But the question is, who do I join? Because technically I've gone with the second best team in Formula 1, starting a career with Ferrari.
Welcome to Le Castellet as we return from across the Atlantic for the 2018 French Grand Prix. The last time Formula 1 cars raced at the circuit Paul Ricard, Alain Prost took Ferrari's 100th Grand Prix victory and the 42nd of his own illustrious career. That was 28 years ago, when half of the drivers on the grid today had yet to be born. And how, I wonder, will that legacy continue in the modern era? 6 lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour.
6 lefts, 9 rights.
Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Joker. They're still relatively new to a sport which does have a high learning curve and, of course, little tolerance for mistakes.
And this is something that has ended the career of many a young driver, as that leap up to Formula 1 proves to be too much. But luckily in this case, I'd say they're doing a good, solid job, and the risk the team took in signing them is definitely starting to pay off.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Joker lines up on pole position,
we know where we are.
Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Bottas, Max Verstappen, and Ricciardo, Hülkenberg.
I think they said it has about 140 different layout combinations, and you just think like, wow. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so... oh, it does this quite a bit. I don't know why. And just think to yourself, just come on. See, I've pressed A to get the race started, and here we go. So, just as soon as lights out, as soon as we get going off the line, flick it into Rich. Stayed off everybody. I stayed away from them. Didn't touch any of them. At least I don't think I did. And we're away. But it's definitely better to go into lean first as the car takes off. This was definitely spinning up a lot, and then yeah, as soon as it levels out and stops the spin, then you're better off hitting the or changing it to standard. Set the yellow flag. Cars have collided, I think. That was a good tip that I learned earlier on about starts. Gives better wheel spin, but then having a more stable chassis helps as well. So as you can see by now, I've got 0.16 laps of fuel left. 0.4. I'm going to wait till I go to 0.10. And then I'm going to drop that down a bit. There we go. And put it back in the standard. Because you don't need to carry all that fuel. As long as the fuel is in the green, you're good. And then obviously, if you are struggling to preserve fuel or gain more fuel back, switch it into lean mode. Not only does it save fuel, it saves engine as well. Okay, so let's turn down. Let's turn down the ERS. I have to wait until we're on the straight to speak with Jeff. My next step is to do races without
You're leading the pack, P1.
the line
car
zone.
behind is 2.5 seconds. They're on fresh ultra softs. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
I think they're worried about the rain.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
I think they are worried about the rain. Not changing the strategy yet. It's 13 laps, you see. The car's not damaged. I've not hit anybody, so I wouldn't have thought as much need to.
Radar suggests some weather is going to hit in around 5 minutes' time, so stay on your toes.
Okay. So the rain is coming. And silly me, I've not got a strategy. I've not got a car set up for the rain. I just hope I'm, you know, on the pit, or can enter the pits before.
You are in first position, front of the pack. The gap behind us is 3.7 seconds. They're on old Ultra Softs. Your pit window is open. Pit window is open. There are 10 laps to go. We're leading our teammate by 4.8 seconds.
I don't believe you about the window being open, Jeff, if I'm honest.